Lurker. My clock's off. Whoa. I don't think that's right. Yo. Yeah, long time no talk. What's up, dudes? What's up, dudes? I think I got a crooked bill here. I don't think this bait's going to run. I need to mark this one as wonky. I'm alive. I got released from daycare today. So let me turn that off so we don't have to listen to the Ring camera go off. What's everybody been doing? Just hooked up the boat. Oh, that sounds fun. David, Brennan, Little Rich, Brian, Johnny, John, Chris, and Frank the Tank. How's everybody? I've missed you, gentlemen. Haven't got to talk in a while. I've been dadding. No, nobody to watch children except me. So it was fun though. I'm on Thursday to Thursday. Got a whole week. Fry? I figured it'd be you'd be past fry time. What's up, Scott? Hey, Bobby. Bobby, is your heart full? Back with your family? Whole new collection of baits that's been collected over 9 months? Kind of fishing today. High water flipping brush. Darius, I like it. Are you doing that or are you against that? All these tornadic fronts been running through there. Must have filled your pond up. Hella got 17th place. Well, congrats, Hella. That's a nice way to start the weekend. Darius is embracing the bushes because it's probably been so long since you flipped a bush, Darius. You're probably just going to do it out of nostalgia. Headed north. Don't blame you. Don't blame you. Where the weather's nice. Dude, it's already so damn hot down here. Like it was like 90 something yesterday. And today it's just as hot and humid. So not cool. Darius, I'm jealous. I'm jealous because this is about the time of year when we went and frogged in the bushes, and it was stupid. Stupid the amount of fish that were getting snatched from the bushes. Where's my X-Acto knife? It can't be far because I had all my tools up there. Stuck in a piece of wood. 58 with wind. That sounds pretty pleasant. Hello, AJ. How's the bait screwing up coming along? It's nothing like a good bait painting sesh than to screw up some baits. I actually got to, because I was short on time this week, I got to do a little experimenting. So I pulled out my experiment bait. I know, Morgan, it's crazy. It's the new me. It's the new me. I had bills to tape. I'm going to paint up some more Baggleys because they're fun to paint. They are fun to paint. I might get kind of wild with these. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, Morgan. I'm thinking about going full full new crawl. Yo, Grizzly. Where's good to fish in New England? Great question. What's the best? Is it Candlewood or is it fished out? Johnny, we talking bank pounding or are we talking boat beating? Hey Jay, you went fishing? No, this is not right. This is not right. Did you go to the country club? Are they nesting? Yo, Tom, what's up, dude? Went to the country club. What a prick. What a prick. In his collared fishing shirt, because that's all the country club will allow. Collared shirts. If you're going to rip bass in their lake, you got to dress nice in your slacks and your collared swim shirt. Done spawning already. That's what I heard about the up north fish. They like getting in and getting their business done quick. What'd you catch them on? Here, Connecticut and Rhode Island have good spots too. But I've done most of my fishing in Mass. Biggest one was probably on a bed caught on a frog. Velcro frog? Just got done cutting grass and need to clean up and head to the nursing rehab center to see the wife. Tom? Sounds like a nice afternoon spent sucking up some dirt and pollen and get to go see the wife. Not a bad afternoon. Spawners linger. Are you taking the motor, Brendan? BBC? I've been away so long I'm calling Brendan by his name. Silly me. Prepping the boat to go sell. What'd you order? New boats for John. AJ going fishing. Life is passing me by. I gotta get with the plan. I gotta get in the groove. A Yarcraft. Those are nice boats, I hear. Don't have any down here, but I've heard they have a nice reputation. Let's see, I need some sticks. No motor, the new carb. It won't run without it? It won't run with the old one? You need to water test that thing. You need to put that thing in the water and know what it's really doing. Put a load on it. AJ has been slinging balsa. No. No, AJ. No. Oh, a spiny thing. Now it's a balsa spiny thing. Flipping brush, man. I'll take it. I'll take some of that right now. Oh yeah, and Darius is flipping flipping brush. I go away for a week, come back, and the world has flipped upside down. Won't suck the fuel. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not. Because there's not much that can go wrong with those motors to begin with. They're pretty simple. So once you get it figured out, it shouldn't be terrible to diagnose. But let's see. I gotta finish priming. Have fun. Don't spray too heavy now. Keep them light. Keep the light coats. Has any of y'all picked up bait painting later in life? Hey, JP. Like, since we've chatted, has anybody said, you know what? I want to try that. I think I can do it. Or, not that I can do it. I just want to do it. I've got ideas and I want to bring them to life. I feel like there was a big boom, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. But I don't know if there's if there's lots of people still getting into it. BBC has not painted in 3 weeks. Heavens to Betsy, what has this world come to? Pike and walleye seasons open up at midnight. I'm going to avenge your just fallen jackhammers. Frank the Tank, will you be there at midnight? Or will you be nestled in your bed? If AJ were here, he could probably chime in on if the paint crumbs are growing, or if it's just I don't think they're growing at the rapid rate they were in the past. I did not get my mold yet. I was just talking about that to Morgan, Brendan. So the dude puts the mold up for sale, and like 3 days later, dudes are posting up pictures of baits that they have poured, painted, and clear coated. And I still haven't got my mold. And I mean, I don't care. But it's wild that some people, because I ordered the day listening, so I've already gotten them and able to pour them. But I think a lot of those guys, it's funny, a lot of those are proactive, and when they ordered the mold, then they went and ordered supplies to make the baits, lips, hardware, weights, all that kind of stuff. I didn't do any of that. Still haven't. Because I don't know what I'm going to do with the bait yet. Darius, that's between you and him. I think he's a little behind. That's between the campers and Burns. Burns, the campers want their medium divers and their deep divers pronto. I haven't heard from Burns in a little bit. He's been quiet. But the last time I talked to him, I think he said he was. I think he was working on something else. Like, well, we talked about a couple little prototype baits, and I think that had him more intrigued at the moment. So he started dicking around with those, and then he started realizing that he had other baits to build, and kind of righted the ship. Plug lakes are full of flood stage and log jams. Yeah, it's to me, this is like the best time of year to get a flood. I love it because everything is typically post spawn. Then there's lots of green stuff in the water. What does green stuff mean, you say? Shad spawn. And they're everywhere. All right, a few more. Tom, samesies. Rock it every day, look at my boat and say, damn, I wish I was hooking up to you. But I'm not. And by the time I do hook up to it, it's going to be 16,000 degrees and I'm going to go out there and melt. Because I haven't become acclimated to the heat. And I'm out there and roast like a little bitch. But hopefully soon. The Beans can't go tomorrow. The Beans got a damn dance recital. So, which should be interesting because we haven't practiced any of the dances. But supposedly tomorrow she's supposed to perform 3 of them. So that'll be way interesting. But she doesn't seem too worried about it. So if she's not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. Force her to be concerned. All right, AJ, back again. Now we wait. Did you blast them baits with a nice primer coat of Createx White? The only primer a man should spray? Oh yeah, it is Mother's Day. So there goes Sunday. There you go. There you go. Only the finest. It is. All right, let's see. 3 more and I'll be done with this. I know it's the best. I just prime with Createx White. If any of you are clueless as to what I'm talking about, it's a running joke on the Facebook painting groups that people will ask for advice and they will be given advice from dumbasses that tell them to prime their baits with white Createx. Newsflash, Createx White, it's not a primer. There's a difference. But these people go looking for answers and they get them from, they get the answer they're looking for. Sepia. That's the #1 color for the Brotherhood. Couldn't paint baits without it. Could not paint a bait without it. All right, let's see here. I got some baits to show off. Couple freshies. Createx Black. Not to one up your pro tip, AJ, but Createx Gray covers up equally as well, and you can it's not as hard to cover with your next gut. Which is why I think you typically see gray primers. Got to clean off the mower and clean up myself. Later, Tom. Have fun. All right. Oh, you want to see the newest? If you look at this eye, I also camoed the eye. It's not glued in, but this is for Josh Tedo. This is to go in his display case because all his box, his stickers, his shirts are all this like grayscale kind of black gray, lighter gray kind of pattern. So this bait's been sitting on my desk for a couple months now. Didn't really know what to paint it, and I said I'll do Josh a piece for his case, so when he goes to one of these shows, he'll have a conversation piece. But I'll show you my experiment. 1 second. Where's my white paper? Is that not going to show up? Focus. Focus. There she goes. Lake Murray inspired Marty to carve cicadas for the campers. We all know how he loves bass. Chris, there might actually be some truth to that. But Lake Murray didn't inspire it. That might actually be a true statement. Chris, do you have Marty's phone tapped? Hey, Cal. Were there belly lines? No. You don't need them. You don't need them, bro. Look at that. I put those markings on it. Didn't like it. Went back with the old faithful. Focus. I know it's hard to focus on. No belly lines. No belly lines. Sorry, AJ. Bone belly. I mean, that's kind of bone. It's not crazy bone. It's bony. It's, I would call it dirty. Show camo. So I might try and recreate that. I might try and recreate that crawfish over there, maybe on some of those bags. Got a spider crawling across my desk. I'll pardon you today and not smash you. Kyle, should I do a camo Baggley? Haven't tried that yet. I've only done giant stuff. I could try a Baggley. It's a real pain in the ass though on such a small bait. That's the thing about doing like ones and twos is it's easier. Trying to do something this big would not be fun. I don't know if it's. I mean, I could probably do a handful of them. I could probably do a handful, but maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try. Pulling up to the lake. No, yeah, that's Josh's. That's for his. That's for his display case when he goes to the shows. I'm assuming that one will probably be next to whatchamacallit, Big Tony. The Battle Cat Baggley. Was that the picture you sent me from He-Man? Did you not make that yet? Did I get the cricket? No, I haven't got the cricket yet. I haven't had the opportunity to I didn't want to go meet some strange person with my kids. So I opted out of pursuing going and finding a cricket machine. Later, Pryor. Have a good weekend. Kyle, imagine that. You asked me just now. You must have asked that question when I was logging on to YouTube. You give up on YouTube? Nope. But yeah, so we have total non-realism for the week and actual realism. So not a lot of in between. But that's about all. It's been pretty. I'm trying to think if anything interesting's been going on. Haven't got to watch any shows really. Silver? No silver. No silver. This is a resin body that I keep in my paint room, and whenever I want to experiment with something, I wipe it down and paint it. So Because it makes it easy. Like I said, I can just take a lacquer thinner rag and just wipe it off, and I have a new squeaky clean bait to start with. So this was my experimentation. Not that it matters, but it's fun to do. I was getting stale. I needed to do something different. So that happens every few years. I'll get a bug to spice something up, whether it needs spicing or not. I think that's one thing. One thing you see a lot of in the painting world. You see dudes that they get like okay at painting, and then they stop. Like, and I understand it, to where like you don't have time, or you're just like not as driven to like try. But I think the majority of dudes I see paint like fair amount, they get to where they're decent, and then they just like from that point to like the rest, like 10 years later, they're still painting the same shit. Um, I don't know, Brendan. I talked to Josh today. We didn't talk about rods. I don't know if he's got them yet. If you want to know how to do that, just paint your standard red crawl and then go pop the grease cap off your boat trailer. I mean, there's so many ways, like, honestly, that you could do that. Like, if you didn't mind cleaning the shit out of baits, you could do that. Like, use oil or grease as like a masking agent, and like flick it on your bait, and like press it on there, and then spray paint over it. I mean, it's endless the way you can like make paint, and that's how you make like stupid ass viral videos. Like, Morgan, as stupid as that sounds, like you're joking about it. I could go out back, get a bait, walk over to my boat trailer, get some grease out of the hub, put it on the bait, go spray it, and film all this. And that would get thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views, more so than like just like a beautiful bait. AJ, I don't want to do it. That's the thing. It's so fucking stupid that like you're forced to just be a dumbass and like do shit like that. It's like to me it makes me feel like a damn circus animal, to where they just like dangle orange peanuts over your head and say twist, twirl, do a backflip, do jumping jacks. Like that's what social media to me is now. Like it's absurd. Absurd. If you want to play, you got to be an idiot. I'm about to go for the peanuts. Go for it, bro. Go for the peanuts. It's just not for me. Not for me. I don't want to chase a peanut. If that's what it takes for me to get views, then guess what? Your boy don't want views. I just want people to want to see. I guess that's the problem, is what I want people to look at is not what people are interested in. Here's a nice fishing lure that I worked hard on to paint and make really pretty. Don't care. Jump up and do a backflip. And then I want the old Instagram back. Yes, where people cared. Where people cared. I really think, AJ, that like it's really like I was thinking about it, like just as far as fishing goes, like I think social media has really like warped people's brains with like how they take in information and like entertainment and like what 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 people need now to be entertained on social media. Like it's kind of scary. Kind of scary. But yeah, I don't want to jump through hoops. I mean, there's certainly videos I could make that would be uh, not jumping, not being a circus clown, and having to do dumb stuff, but that I've thought of. But the old Instagram was great. Consider painting soft plastics. I haven't. I have, and then I haven't. Because all it would take would just be to buy the paint. I already know how to paint, so I don't have that hurdle. Um, the only thing appealing about it really was like I don't have anything I would want to paint though. Um, Old Facebook is great till it became a meme page. Yeah, you mean actually when you could like keep up with your friends and that's who you saw in your feed instead of getting 600 advertisements? Paint my black trick worms and warshed. Dude, I had a warshed request a couple days ago. And dude said, "Can I send you some rock crawlers?" And I said, "Sure. What color you want them?" He said, "I don't know, this shad color." I said, "Oh boy, what's this going to be?" Oh yeah, what I thought it was. Warshed. And I said, "Sure." Huddles, I can't paint them. I mean, I could, but I don't want to paint a Huddleston. I don't want to paint anything soft plastic, really. Yeah, Dennis the Menace, Dennis Miller, Dennis the Menace on Instagram. If you're on there, he's the painter. He paints Huddleston baits. Like that's his job. He's part owner. Um, he does a great job. All his stencils are cut to the baits. Like, would I like to go to Dennis's shop and paint baits with all his shit? Yes. Do I want to sit here and like try and like cut stencils for soft baits? No. Because Ken made all those stencils, I believe, and he like made them to fit the baits, and they're perfect. Like that's what you do when you paint a million of one thing. You have, you know, molded stencils that fit your baits and shit. Um, but yeah, there was a time when I wanted to paint frogs and like way long ago, 10 plus years ago, where I really wanted to paint frogs, and then but that's when there wasn't any like good frog colors. And then Spro started blasting out every color imaginable, and not really a need for that. Um, mm, mm, it's harder to do tie an FG knot or fold a fitted sheet. Fold a fitted sheet without question. Not even a consideration. Um, FG knot's not terrible. You could sit down in an afternoon and learn a FG knot. Fitted sheet, No. You'll see Todd Giftfinger should ever bring up the cicada bite. I didn't understand what that was about. Did Pangrak say he got bit by a cicada? Like I said, I'm so far out of the loop. I miss a week, and I feel like I'm like years behind. Hell, wasn't today the first day of the bass tournament on Murray? We should know who's leading, right? Let's look. They're having the weigh-in right now. Let's see. I don't want to watch the weigh-in. I want to see who's leading. Bob Downey, Kyle's cousin. How about that? Brother Kyle, your cousin's leading. No, he's not. He's at the tanks, excuse me. Patrick Walters, 25-8. Wonder how he caught those. Lee Livesey, Cody Huff, Trey McKinney. Imagine that. Trey McKinney, Patrick Walters, John Garrett, JT Tompkins. Are we seeing a pattern? Interesting. Ben Milliken? That's a mystery. If Bob's not leading, he's not my cousin. Yeah, it's he's not leading, so excuse me, I was mistaken. It is not Kyle's cousin. Hold up. Jacob Fouts, 21st. Is anybody following him? Dude, everybody's got friggin' a bag. 16 pounds is the 50 cut. That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Who's in last right now? That's my other interesting thing. Brad Watley. Whoever that is, let's look this guy up. Who are you, Brad? Texas guy. Had a bad day. Career earnings. $250,000 plus 100. Let's see. Lowen did not have a good day. 2 for 5.8. Bernie Schultz coming in the big 100. 3 for 7-9. Ooh, 99th. Greg Hackney. That stings. Fouts is having a good year. Well, now he's not going to get to bitch about being a broke dick. What's up with that? Menendez Palaniuk, 91st place with 12 pounds. Fighter, 90th place, 12 pounds. Steve Kennedy, 12 pounds. 87th. Clark Winlet, 12 pounds. Canterbury. Mueller. Swindle, 13 pounds. In 81st place. Wow. Kyle Welcher, 15 pounds, and he is in 69th place. They're biting, boys. We probably will when he's having a decent year. I guess that's the silver lining, is that he'll get to show what doing really good on the Elite Series, and you're still broke. I guess that'll be the interesting part, because as we know, nobody's getting rich out there for the most part. So hopefully he'll do a breakdown of his has he been doing his year to date, like earnings versus cost, to see where he's at, like per tournament, like from the start of the season to now, what he's won and what he spent? It's like being the best lure painter. Oh, you gotta enter those contests if you want to be the best lure painter, AJ. Jeremy, somebody said is 17th. Oh. I'm enjoying a lovely 60-degree with periods of sun, then torrential rain. Sounds like us, except it's 90. I'm proud of this eye. Like I said, you can't see it, but it's camo to match the bait. Focus, you damn camera. You can't do it, you piece of shit. You're weak. He's won 60K, 30K for third last event is probably putting him in the green. Let's hope not. Just kidding. I want him to succeed and do well and thrive. Watched his latest earnings vid. What time is it? 4 o'clock. I'm gonna get out of here. Go home. What's today? Friday? Here's my bait to try boxes. I haven't got to do that yet. What? I thought I had something I was going to show off. East Coast was betting 2 weeks ago. Anthony, you get out there and rip on some? In Broxton area on the 15th, and I'll stay to the end of the month. Bobby. Are you meeting up with Anthony? Anthony, if you're going to meet up and go fishing with Bobby, leave your tackle at home. Dip into the Bobby Balsa. Bobby, you're not going to believe this. I left my tackle box, bag, whatever, in the garage. You maybe got a bait I can use? They were chasing the cicada bite this morning. You're missing everything. Damn. Darius, I'm not, because Bean is dancing tomorrow, so we have a dance recital. How'd Amy's birthday party go? We had she got home at like 6. I cooked. She had bought, for whatever reason, I have no clue. She went to the grocery store and bought a pound of ground lamb. And I asked her, I said, "What are you going to do with that lamb?" She said, "I don't know. I just bought it." Okay. I don't particularly, I'm not in love with lamb. I wouldn't buy lamb. So I said, well, what can I do with this lamb? So I thought for a minute. I said, I'll make shepherd's pie. Real shepherd's pie. Because I usually make cottage pie with beef, which is way better. So I boiled the potatoes and I made the stuff, and it took forever. Cutting up the onions, cutting up the celery, cutting up the carrots and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it took a while. So we didn't eat till like 7:30. And I was trying to do it fast, which you really can't. So I was trying to cook down the beef stock in the lamb, and I didn't, because everybody was sitting there going, "Can we eat yet?" I didn't cook it down enough, So I put it in the dish, and then I actually piped potatoes around the edge, and my my meat was too runny. So when it cooked in the oven, the juices like kind of came up around the edge and started flooding my potatoes, and that really tweaked my melon. Um, but it actually tasted excellent. Um, Potatoes did take a while, and they were probably a little undercooked, but I was mashing them, so I wasn't that worried about them. But it made me want a ricer to get them extra fine. Um, Darius, you know what? It's funny you say that. In my 20s and early 30s, that's basically what I did. Was I told myself, listen, this is like the heyday. This is the only time in your life, not the only time, but this is the time of your life where you can be like selfish and fish maximum. So I did, because I knew that there would be that my time would run out. So I chose to fish selfishly. That was all I wanted to do. Because like I said, I knew at some point family, all that would come and fishing would take a back seat. So I feel like I got my dose in my 20s and early 30s. I had a good run, so I'll get back to it one of these days. Um, 13 days apart. Wow, that's terrible, Frank. Got to let the meat mixture cool. AJ, you're exactly right. But if I would have done that, my family would have burned me at the stake, dude. Like the bean was, she couldn't even concentrate on watching Mika because she was worried about dinner being ready. The baby was sitting there with a damn steak knife and a fork, beating it on the table, asking, when do we eat? I was feeling some serious pressure, bro. I was over there sweating over the stove and the oven, kids beating on the table, asking, when do we eat? There was no time for resting meat. What seasoning I did? I did some rosemary and thyme, um, pepper, salt, of course, and then I couldn't let it be eaten without a hefty portion of Lowry's and celery salt. I used, but rosemary and thyme. I think there was some. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can tell me, Anthony or AJ. I bought this herb, and it's called Savory. I don't know what it is. I've never heard of an herb called Savory, but it's green and it's chopped up. It looks kind of like parsley, but it tastes real good. But I don't know what it is. Um, Packet of McCormick brown gravy mix. That would have probably thickened her up too, Anthony. Like I said, I wasn't of clear mind. I cracked under the pressure. I just started throwing shit in a pot and trying to get it made. I would like to have a redo though. I'd like to redo that dish and like get like good layers. But it tasted kind of like gravy once you just mixed it all up. Maybe that's what I'll have for dinner tonight. Savory is an herb itself. I've never heard or seen one, but I bought it just out of curiosity, but I use it a lot. But like I said, I use it and I don't know what it is, but I just like the taste of it. So I'd never heard of it, but similar to rosemary and thyme. Interesting. Yeah, it's real mild though. That's what I liked about it, is that it's got a good kind of a floral note, but it's not like, it doesn't like punch you in the dick like rosemary does. Like if you put one too many granules of rosemary like in your dish, like it's like you're damn smoking a damn rosemary spliff. Speaking of cooking, just pulled some delicious steaks off the grill. I hear you, Bobby. Put that root beer seasoning on them. Get that family fed. I was in Michigan. I would have went down there and took a bunch of pictures, posted all over social media. A ton of Jeremy Vick's moth and big turn are worthless. I don't care about the finish. Ton. That's not cool. Did someone say root beezy? Well, I guess I'm going to head off of here. I'm almost made it to an hour. Good catching up with everybody. I'm going to go home and eat maybe leftover lamb pie. Then we had cheesecake for dessert. I didn't make that though. Savory is an herb of the mint family that originated in the Mediterranean. So I guess maybe it's in Greek food. Darius, if you need us to, the campers will unite and we will go to the banks of Kentucky Lake with our picket signs and tell the BFL to eat a dick and go fish some other lake and leave it alone. Scott, I was meaning to message you last week about that I was going to be freed up next week to paint. How are they killing fish? It's not even hot yet. Good question. Good question. Probably an herb. That's what it kind of looks like, Johnny. It doesn't, the bottle, it doesn't look like it's uniform in what it is. It looks like other things might be added. Sorry, Morgan. It should be next week. We should be back to regular scheduled programming, and I should be able to do a camper sesh next week. That's the plan. I'll live stream every damn day next week. 24 hours in the paint room. Scott Martin got DQ'd. Oh no. Oh yeah. Kyle, can you help? I mean, Tyler, can you help a brother out down here, Kyle Downey, with some food recommendations in the Lake Charles dump area? Morgan, do we need? I think we need to try and talk to the Messiah next week. What do you think? I'll have to see what the Messiah's got up his sleeve next week. If he wants to talk bees. G-Man gave Trey McKinney a chance, and G had to say something about him too. What does that mean, Jeremy? Morgan, I really enjoy Chris's YouTube stuff. It's just refreshing. He's a nice guy. It's good stuff. He tells a good story. He's got a good voice. He talks, he speaks well. It's not, it's like all no frills. It's like everything that, like, it's like the opposite of everything that's like popular, which is so nice. Like I said, he's not jumping through hoops, uh, trying to grab peanuts. The dude's just like turning his camera on, telling you like it is. Here's my baits. I got some stories behind them. Here's how you catch a few extra bass on them. Yeah, great dude. Great dude. He's really nice to. He's honestly, like, in the fishing world. I mean, I'll watch his stuff, and that's about it. I'll watch Hello, of course, but uh, I don't watch Scott Martin anymore. I don't watch, because they're all like, I won't say scumbags, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't think Scott's as squeaky clean as he wants to be made out to be. Chris Johnson, Jeremy, not to be confused with Chris Johnston, but I don't know. I think there's going to be a real uh, uptick in. I don't know. I say that. I feel like there's going to be a demand for actually, like, real humans that aren't like uh, jumping for peanuts. We'll see. Ben has gotten douchey. I hadn't watched any of Ben's stuff. Um, oh, we've all heard the stories, Tyler. We've heard the stories. Um, the amount of hate him and Andrew got for turning in rule breakers was crazy. Oh, I went over that a couple weeks ago. Uh, yeah, that's the thing about Chris's stuff. You can just watch them like over and over, and they're not long, but it's just I feel like it's just refreshing to, like, not get, like, spammed with a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad that, like, social media has gotten so bad where you just have to, like, find a nice guy and, like, listen to him be normal to be entertained. I guess I'm maybe the minority here, but that's what I've enjoyed. Um, I'm trying to think. I have been on this, so I'll talk about this for a second, then I'll leave. But so when I was in college, I had this buddy from high school come up, and he was like, "Hey, you play this video game with me?" It's on PlayStation. I was like, "Sure." What's it called? Uh, Tekken 4. So, okay. So we start playing Tekken, and he was like, "So there's, like, tournaments for this." I'm like, really? And he's like, "Yeah, you, like, play against other people, and then you go travel and, like, win money and stuff." So he's like, "You're pretty good. Like, if you, like, practice, and, like, you could maybe get in a Tekken tournament." I was like, okay. So the dude would drive up from Auburn, come hang out with me, and we'd, like, sit there and drink beer and play Tekken, and did it a lot. I played a ton, got pretty good at it. Well, anyway, I played for a year or two, probably a year, 2 years. Anyway, it kind of fizzled out. Anyway, they just released Tekken 8, and I haven't played Tekken since 2004. And I later, Anthony. They have, for some reason, I saw a Tekken 8 video. Well, now they've got all these like Tekken 8 tournament videos where it's like the best in the world fighting each other because it's online now. You can play people from all over the place. And I've watched a stupid amount of Tekken 8 tournament videos. Now I can see why Turkla got into the gaming arena. Because hell, dude, these Tekken tournaments, they're full of people. And they're like stoked. So yeah, the video gaming world, competitive video gaming world is very strong. So pretty cool. It's been enjoyable watching these dudes play, beat each other's ass in Tekken. But Kyle, you were a king? Ooh, I was a Jin guy. Um, but it's fun. That's the part I've enjoyed is uh, watching people um, like who are really good with certain characters, like watching how they play them in this new game. Like you see a lot of people playing Jack, and Jack wasn't in 4, but um, Hor Wang or whatever his name was, Hor Wang, Warhong, yeah, Warhong, Warwang. Back in the day, we had to be in the same house to play against me. Yeah, back in the day, you had to be sitting next to the person you played, attached to the actual console. Um, we would have Halo parties and wires ran between rooms, so there was no screen peeking. Oh, dude, that seems so long ago, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like the shit we did just to like sit around and play video games. Didn't they used to do what they call them, like LAN parties? Oh, that's funny. King. I never got into King. I wonder if people will watch me get frustrated and button mash, then rage quit, then show up at my opponent's door and fight for real. Probably. I did like Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat more. See, I never got. I played when Mortal Kombat came out. Of course, I played it a ton, just for the fatalities and the babalities and the all those. But I didn't. I didn't like the gameplay of either Killer Instinct or Mortal Kombat. I played Soul Calibur for a minute, and I didn't really gravitate towards it. I kind of like. I just liked Tekken. I like the way Tekken played. Um, Backpack just from my console, dude. The other crazy thing about it, like Tekken, for instance, is back then you had the guys that played on PlayStation. Well, then you had the arcade guys that would like spank ass at the arcade. Those are the real, like if you saw a dude that was like beating ass in an arcade, he was the real deal. And like if you were gonna play somebody and the dude walked in and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's play some Tekken," and he sat down with his joystick and he's like, blah, 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 blah. "You're screwed." But I never played on a joystick, and I tried. I bought one to try and like learn because it was faster. I tried to learn how to play on a joystick, but I could play better on a controller. But Jeremy, I played this guy. All right, this is the last story. So we had this kid in our class in middle school And I guess that was Nintendo 64 when 007 came out. So this guy, my buddy Colin, had a birthday party, and a bunch of us were over there. You know, it was a party of 15, 20, 30 of us, probably 15, 20. Um, and this dude from our class, Matt Golden, is his name, was like, "Hey, don't you have a 64?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "You want to go play?" Like, sure. So we go up there, and he's like, "Oh, you've got GoldenEye. You want to play GoldenEye?" We're like, sure. So we all like hook our controllers up, and we're gonna play. Well, this dude had all the maps memorized and all the respawn points memorized. So we're playing GoldenEye with this dude, golden guns only, and he's running around and shooting us. And then when we respawn, he's sitting there waiting on us and blasts us again. And I'm like, how long? Like, this is like an infinite cycle that will never end. Like, this is like, you just wanted, this isn't even fun. Like, what's the, like, it's impressive, but it's not a game for anybody else. Like, I know you're enjoying it, like flexing on everybody that you've got all this shit memorized, but uh, I'm not even playing. Like, there's nothing for me to do. But dude was incredible. I guess if you call it incredible, he just, like I said, he just had all that stuff memorized. Um, but I think speaking of Counter Strike, I think my biggest gaming love of all time was Command and Conquer on PC. I don't know that there was another video game besides Tekken. It was Command and Conquer and Tekken. But I think Command and Conquer probably had my heart to this day. That was such a fun game. Halo was fun too, but Command and Conquer I was real hooked on. Anyway, all right, dudes. Good talking to everybody. Y'all go play some video games. See y'all later. Adios.